Hiya, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch my. This video is going to be, if you like, a bit of a rant, if you like, about the Conservative government and actually what I think about them. If you see my other video, you'll know that I totally disagree with virtually all the policies that that they actually do, and I just cannot make any sense of what they do half the time. This video is going to be about their inactivity, if you like, when it comes to helping young people. They just, in my opinion, just don't seem to care about young people, and they don't seem to look any further than saving a bit of money. That's all this government seem to be about, and I'm going to talk about really how I think that this short-mindedness, if you like, is going to cost us dear later on. Now, I understand, obviously, that that with industry, a lot of jobs that normally were being done by people, young people, are obviously now being done by machines. And I understand the importance, if you like, of automation. That we need to be able to make products cheaper so that we can obviously sell them on the global market. So I don't want you to think, if you're watching me, that I don't know anything about economics. Yeah, I actually know more than most, right? And I understand the importance of obviously keeping tight reins, if you like, on a country's spending. But this, to me, what the Conservative government are doing now, it just don't make any sense to me. The reason I think what they're doing is wrong is because by saving money, if you like, up front, by not creating these jobs and not helping young people, they're not looking at the bigger problem they're creating. Yes, somebody at the Treasury sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, we can save this amount of money if we draw back money and don't put money into that, and we don't put money into that." But that same person that's doing that equation, that is looking at these savings, are they looking at the costs further down the road? And I don't think they are. Um, you've got to understand that if a person comes out of school and he can't get a job, or he cannot get anyone to take him on to help him, to train him, or to do anything, you've got to understand that that person then has no purpose. He might as well be a vegetable, because he's not going to do nothing. That's what a vegetable does. A vegetable doesn't do anything. It just sits on the shelf. Well, if you've got loads of young people that are coming out of school and they are doing nothing, then that's what they are. They're just doing nothing. Now, this government, it doesn't make sense to me. They have got to start creating jobs, because if they don't, right, you can already see what's happening. More and more people, more and more young people are leaving school with no hope. They can't get a job. They're turning to criminal activity. They're getting involved. Worse still, they're getting involved in drugs because they've got no hope. Yeah, now, I don't think these, I keep saying Conservatives because obviously I am totally against them, right, what they stand for. I don't think these people in government, they just don't, in my eyes, they don't seem to have any compassion, any sort of empathy, any sort of understanding in any way about how a young person would feel when he basically keeps going for interviews and he's being told, well, so half the time they're not even being responded to. They're putting their CVs out and they're getting nowhere. Yeah, is it any wonder that these people are turning to crime and they're suffering from depression? And what the government need to realise is that all these things that happen as a result of not causing, not creating jobs, is going to cost them more money in the long run. Yeah, it's going to cost them more money in the long run. You've only got to look at what Margaret Thatcher done to the miners, the printers. What she did to the people, working people in this country. Yeah, what she done. It was ruthless. Yeah, I've got no time for her, Margaret Thatcher. I hate my dad. All my family was dead against her, and she never really affected me. But what she stood for, it was all wrong. It was a stab in the back, in my eyes, for the working man. And even that, I don't think even then, when they closed all them pits and they put all them people out of work, that was all done supposedly because the price of coal was cheaper to purchase from abroad. You could bring it over from Australia cheaper than what our guys could dig it out for, obviously in the United Kingdom. But again, was that ever was a calculation ever made as an overall? Yeah. Did the government think at the time, what about if the price of coal rises? Did they think about what would happen at the time if all of a sudden the people that we were getting our coal from decided they wasn't going to sell it to us anymore at a discounted price? Yeah. More importantly, did they look, and I don't think they did, this is the biggest muck up in my opinion, did they actually think, well, okay, we're going to be buying our coal cheaper elsewhere? Did they think about the cost to all those communities, those mining communities? Did they think about how much it was going to cost to police all those riots? Did they take into consideration all these people being out of work and having domestics with their wives because they're not earning no money, and then calling the police? Yeah. Did they take into effect the fact that that men who are out of work were going to start getting depressed, and we're going to start going to their GPs for antidepressants because they were literally hopeless and had no hope? Did the government? I just don't think they did. See, the difference between the Conservative and the Labour government, in my eyes, is that Labour, yes, they might spend more money. They do spend money, and they do sometimes waste money. I ain't going to not deny that. But they genuinely stand for the working classes. Yeah? Yeah, I just don't understand anybody who ain't got loads of money voting Conservative, because you know they're not for the working class. They're not for the working classes. Yes, if Labour get back in power, they will. They might raise taxes. Yes, they might start borrowing a bit of money and start spending more money on the emergency services. Yes, they might. Hopefully, they'll start spending more money on the police. But this is what we need. We need to create jobs. You know what I mean? If we do spend money on the emergency services and the NHS, then again that's creating employment. That's going to create a good feeling in the country. Yeah. Margaret Thatcher, I mean, I know she's passed away now, but Margaret Thatcher and her Conservative government, yeah, because whenever I think of Conservatives, I always think of her, right? They are not caring enough. They are treating this country like it's a business, which again, like I said earlier, I do understand economics and I understand that we need to be competitive and that our currency needs to remain strong and all these different factors. But she's being extreme. She's cutting, she's destroying people who are already finding it hard to get benefits. She's taking more money off them. I mean, it's just wrong. It is just wrong. And these Tory people, these people, they've just got no compassion. And that is why, until the day I die, I would never, ever vote for them. Yeah? I would sooner not vote than vote Tory. If I was hung between the two and I couldn't decide, I would not vote. Yeah, I would. There's no way I would vote for a government who basically don't do anything for 85 to 90% of the population of this country. Yeah? Yeah, you might be sitting pretty in a nice little job. You might be on 45, 50 grand a year and everything might be good in your life. But you don't know what's around the corner. Yeah, if the industry you're in all of a sudden she decides, oh, well, do you know what? We can get it done cheaper abroad, then you're going to be pissed off. Yeah? People in this country don't seem to think about their fellow man. I remember my dad telling me years ago it was different after the war. People used to help each other. They used to stick together. Yeah. with as much as like capitalism, if you like, because I'm a capitalist, I believe in spending money, making money. I ain't no way, you know, steering towards being a communist state or anything like that. But we've said this country seems to have lost its direction when it comes to helping people. Yeah, we need to start finding ways to help. We just need to find ways to help vulnerable people. Yeah, start helping vulnerable people. You've got old people having to queue up to see a doctor. And you're lucky if you can even see a doctor at the minute. It's getting beyond the joke. I mean, we've got to start taking care of our own. Yes, we have got to take hold of matters with regards to immigration, because unless this country is going to improve, how are we ever going to get out of the situation we're in if we're letting in more people? And that, if you like, is my only little bit of a grievance with the Labour Party. But you still got to look at it. To me, I look at it as an overall. Who cares the most, generally, overall? Who cares the most for the average working class person? Who cares for the average person who's out of work? And it's Labour. It has and it always will be Labour. I hope when you make your next vote, you think about my video and don't always vote with what's best for you, but perhaps vote with what you think would be better for the country overall. Because um, if people are in work, yeah, if the economy's doing well, if people are in work and people are happy, people spend more, all these problems that are arising, the crime rate, it's gonna get less. Yeah, yes, you're going to get lazy people that just want to go out and steal, rob, and do whatever. But we need to start. The idea of this video is that hopefully is to instill somebody who might be in a position of power to do something to start creating work for young people. Because if we can catch them early coming out of school and like train them and lead them in the right direction, they're not going to get involved in all the shit that half of them get involved in. Yeah, we need to take them away and put them on a positive path. That's the only way I can describe it. And until this government or any other government decide to start taking these actions, I'm afraid we're in for more of the same. Because people are always going to commit crime if they've got no money. If they're reducing benefits, if they're taking money off of people and they need this money for their rent and they're having to pay their rent and then they're left with no money, what are they going to do? They're going to steal. Is that wrong? I'm totally against crime, yeah? If you knew me, you'd know what I stand for. But if you had no money, if you were having to pay bills and you had no money, wouldn't you be forced to be doing that? If no one would give you any work to do and you actually had nothing and you got children to feed, what would you do? I'm going to leave you with that thought. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. If you did watch to the end, thank you so much. And if you can, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you.